started. Let's get started. So here it is. We are into core Azure Data Engineering complete course, complete pack that includes total of 3 modules you see on my screen. We have Data Factory and Synapse module that involves right from the basics to SQL imports, Synapse architecture, Data Factory, Synapse Data Factory integrations right from the scratch, right from the very basics, slowly step by step. We'll be understanding how to work with. I'll just enable the preview as well to make it easier. Yes, so here we go. We'll start from the very basics carefully, right from the scratch. Why, what, how, when, where, okay, from scratch care, and that is what we need, right? So that we can adapt to the changes in future. We should be ready to accept the technology updates in future. So we need to learn what is what right from the scratch carefully. We'll be understanding from the very basics on what is data, what is engineering, what is data engineering from scratch, right from the basics. The prerequisites for this course, MS SQL. For this Azure Data Engineering, make sure you revise, you learn and revise MS SQL concepts. That involves number 1, DDL, DML select. Number 2, constraints, joins, enough. I'll make the things interesting. You see on my screen, right from the scratch, we'll continue for big data operations, specific example plans, understanding from the scratch, Python. Yes, Python part of our classes we'll understand from the scratch. It's not a prerequisite. SQL is a prerequisite. Python part of our classes from ETL perspective will be understanding what is required for our job work. We are not into Python programming. We are not into Python analytics. We are not into Python machine learning. We are not into Python AI nor Python deep learning or RPA, robotics automations with Python. We are into Python for ETL activities. So the course you see on my screen, very much detailed. Complete 7 weeks data engineering course is divided into 3 different modules, okay? Data Factory Synapse module, Spark Databricks module, and Storage IoT module with migrations, incremental loads, CI/CD implementations, big data operations, end-to-end analytics, good number of tasks and solutions from the examples, and what not, including the project work for our resume. Our interviewer asks us what we did in the project. On my screen, what we did in the project, what are the challenges we faced in the project, phase-wise requirement, challenges and tools, implementations, so on. Part of our classes will do it slowly, step by step. And let's get started now with our introduction today. Let's understand slowly what is each of these components. I was mentioning we have total 3 components, right? 3 different modules. What are these? Why we need it? How to get into them? I assume we are all very new to our subject. We'll start from the scratch, slowly, step by step, and need your support. If possible, get some observation notes. If possible, get a scribbling pad and a pen, if possible, to make our things bit interesting, not bit, sorry, more interesting and useful. Next 20 minutes would be very crucial to understand our remaining part of the course with examples. And This is Sai Panindra from SQL School. I assure you complete practice-oriented classes from scratch, right from the basics, trust me. And I trust you. I trust you. You are here for interactive learning, step by step, for our job work. Yes, everyone, mic with you all before we proceed. Yes, everyone, please, mic with you all, mic with you all. Please confirm, please, mic with you. Yes, you'll
Yes,
be
sir.
with me in practice on time,
Yes,
please, from
yeah,
tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Please, everyone. Perfect. Yep.
Yes.
Others, please.
yeah. Yes,
Soumya,
yes, sir.
Sudharaj,
Yes.
could you please check your mic, please? Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Good to have some observation notes if possible. Complete class notes you'll be receiving anyway, and you'll be taking a print copy of the notes before the class. I'll come there. Okay. I'll show you the things. I'll show you the complete plan. It's like back to school. Just for namesake, it is online training, but it's actually virtual classroom only. Back to school, our SQL school. It should be colorful learning, okay? So in our data engineering classes, what we are going to learn? How? Let's understand slowly. On my screen, we have certain keywords. What are these? I'll come back to this slide in next 10 minutes. Let's understand the agenda. We are going to slowly learn what is data engineering. Before that, what is database first? Then what is warehouse? And then we need to learn about number 3, what is data engineering? And what we do at our job desk. What components are involved, the prerequisites and the course takeaways from us. And I would be the trainer from our school for all these classes throughout the course, okay? I would be the trainer for all these classes. And you'll see my love, my dedication, and my cautious learning process. I want you to be with me. Here and there, you may see some hiccups because it's a love towards the technology that may make me speak in a different tone if there are no response to my questions. Really. If there are no submission to the task items by weekend. I understand we're all very new. I understand we had our own job work to balance. So by weekend you'll complete all your practice and submit the assignments on time, please. Monday to Friday classes, and by weekend you'll be submitting all your assignments. And we are into the core course component, the core technology, Azure data engineering. What it is, let's get started now, slowly, step by step. In next 3 to 4 minutes, we'll get the definition of data engineering. Before that, what is database? Yes, we know a platform to store any type of data. We know in the sense the prerequisite for this course, right? For data engineering, database fundamentals are the prerequisite. The very first example of our course will connect to a database and start pulling the data. Next example is unstructured data. So database is a platform to store any type of data, any amount of data, completely secured, nicely organized. To work with databases, we need DBMS software, database management system. Traditionally, we have SQL Server. In our classes, we have Synapse and Spark. Remember, I repeat once again the important point. Traditional DBMS, SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, Ingress, Postgres, so on. Sorry, I missed IBM DB2, very powerful. In our classes, we have database management system, open source, Spark, Microsoft Synapse. Part of our classes. On my screen now. Yes, we are going slowly, step by step, understanding what we need to learn in our classes. We are going to start with Spark. We are going to learn something called Spark databases. Okay, this one on my screen. So Spark database is an open source technology. Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, Salesforce, everyone, anyone, big data means Spark, part of our classes. We are going to learn something called Spark SQL, okay? Something called Spark SQL notebooks, Spark SQL scripts on my screen. We are going to learn something called Spark queries. You see on my screen, these are Spark queries, Spark SQL queries. So Spark is an open source environment. It has limitations. Then comes something called Python, PySpark from ETL perspective. And one more thing. Apart from database to store any type of data, we have two different types of databases. Live LTP databases to store real-time data. Live stock market operations, live temperature. Anything live, like our online banking, online reservation, our live class, right? Our live class. Everything live, anything live is OLTP. Then comes data warehouse to store old historical data, inactive data, like old temperature data, old stock market operations. Just like showroom OLTP, the godown is a warehouse. Spark is mainly meant for data warehouse technology. Remember, part of our classes, our actual course is data warehouse, Spark open source data warehousing technology, Synapse Microsoft data warehouse technology. Same way, Amazon has something called Redshift, again data warehouse technology. So different companies, different data warehousing technologies. Spark open source, Synapse Microsoft brand, part of our classes. And how this OLTP and data warehouse are attached to each other. Live OLTP left side, okay, this one. And data warehouse, my big box in the mid of the screen. And we need something called ETL, extract, transform, and load. Extract, transform, and load. Okay, here it is. For what? To pick data from left, load it to the right. It's not simple valet parking service, okay? No. ETL environments, part of our classes, extract, transform, load, will have the caliber to only pick required data. They're very, very selective. They're very genius, you know, really very genius, thanks to AI, part of our classes. I'll show you in next 10 minutes how we are going to implement AI in our course practically, okay? No theory. We'll do it. I'll show you next 10 minutes. 10 to max 15 minutes. Using AI, artificial intelligence, we can have more add-on to ETL technologies. I'll show you the required interface practically next few minutes anyway. Part of our classes. Without AI, no resume. Without AI, no upskill at all, truly speaking, trust me. The companies don't really require certified AI professionals. No, no. Let's think practically. Everyone knows the ground reality. Technical implementation AI in our ongoing technology is important. You are aware of Excel, include AI in Excel. You are aware of SQL Server, include AI in SQL Server. You are aware of Oracle, include AI in Oracle. Include AI in your existing technology first. Then next technology as well. We are safe. We are going to have AI in our data engineering technology. And ETL environment is a place where we can easily, very, very efficiently pull or pick and filter required data and load it to the actual storeroom. OLTP is the living room and warehouse is the storeroom. The mediator in between is the ETL. Assume an online banking environment. Say, for example, you have a savings account. Okay, assume a savings account. And for example, a current account, and for example loan account, and some Aadhaar, your SSN, my PAN, TAN, etc. file system. Data can be extracted from these areas using ETL environments. In our classes, we have two ETL environments, okay? One is Microsoft, one is open source. And then load the data into warehouse. Again, two things, one open source, one Microsoft. That is our actual course. ETL open source Databricks and Microsoft Data Factory. ETL, data warehouse open source Spark, and Microsoft data warehouse is nothing but Synapse. I'll come there very soon, documented anyway. Give me some time. I'll document everything on your screen. I have my notes ready. So OLTP to ETL, ETL to data warehouse. And from there we have OLAP databases, online analytical processing databases, machine learning, deep learning, data science projects are on the right side, including reporting analytics. And here it is. Just to add some color to our earlier diagram on the screen now. The Azure data engineering involves ETL plus data warehousing. This is our actual course. The black box here. Okay, this actual black box is our course. And we have Azure SSAS, a separate component from Azure, that involves OLAP and data mining. And Power BI completely to reporting. Microsoft has separate certifications for data engineering, Power BI, and SSAS, Azure SSAS. Complete data engineering plus Power BI plus Azure SSAS is equal to Azure BI. Business intelligence, ETL, data warehousing, and end-to-end analytics. We are into 7 weeks data engineering course. So what we are going to learn here? As a data engineer, on my screen, observe carefully please. We are into data warehouse design, storeroom. In this process, ETL, extract data, valet parking service, extract data, orchestrate, clean, and transform the existing data. Sometimes we need to make up new data as well. In our classes, I want you to be at SME level, subject matter expert level. So we need to deal with unstructured data. Structured data anyway, drag and drop. Unstructured data handling is more important here, and I'll take care of it. So in our classes, we need to work with storage, data warehouse, and data lake components. On my screen down, data factory, Databricks, stream analytics, Azure stream analytics, ETL components, end-to-end integration activities part of our classes. And for your resume, good to have 3 technologies bundled together. They gel together, they work well, they always work well. SQL Server Transact SQL. Without TSQL, no data warehouse in Microsoft Synapse. Remember, whenever we define Synapse analytics resource we call in Azure in our classes, SQL Server will be auto-created. So there is a dependency. So SQL Server Transact SQL, also called MS SQL, queries you please get them. Either self-learning or from us or from your prior experience or whatever, get them. And Power BI, analytics, colorful analytics. And now they included even predictive analysis also in Power BI latest versions. Predictive analysis with Copilot, part of our Power BI classes now anyway. And data engineer, our actual black box. So here it is. MS SQL, please revise constraints, joins, normal forms. Basics should be fine. Merge, rank, and basic tuning activities like indexes, procedure recompilations, and functions like datetime functions, string functions, rank functions. Good to have them, because let me tell you, like majority of the data factory ADF we call, those expressions are derived from MS SQL queries. We have nice user interface, no doubt about it. But what if something goes wrong? How to read an error? There we need to debug and troubleshoot, something called pipelines and notebooks in our classes. Good to have MS SQL concepts, not developer level, but querying level. We need it. In our data engineering classes, we'll be working on different technologies like Azure Data Factory, ADF, Azure Data Lake, Databricks, PySpark, Synapse, IoT, Purview, and big data activities with CI/CD integrations. A 7 weeks journey. You love it. And then you'll proceed for Power BI. Dashboards, something called DAX, dynamic reporting, data analysis expression language. Power Query, again ETL with user interface. Data models, Excel, and row-level security with applications part of Power BI. Mixing them together, we have Fabric, a 1 month journey. And we have again day wise regular Monday to Friday classes for Fabric as well now. So we are into data engineering activities from next class. So how we need to get started? We'll go for questions next few minutes, okay? How we need to start the black box? Yes, here it is. Coming to the black box, core data engineering on my screen now. We'll start from Azure fundamentals to Azure SQL database and SQL pools, storage, data lake storage, stream analytics, Databricks, data factory, and Synapse analytics, and so on. Good number of Azure components we need to learn. What's the purpose of each? What is the purpose of data factory? What is the purpose of Synapse? And what's the purpose of Databricks? On my screen now. To make it simple and straight, cloud, a platform to virtually store any type of data and applications. Secured, faster, and easier. I'll make this notes available for your download anyway. I'll get these notes available for your download. Let's stay tuned. Azure, a cloud solution from Microsoft. Cheaper, easy to use, and supports any type of data. Azure data engineering involves big data storage, ETL, extract, transform, load, we call it. We extract data from various sources. We transform the data. Example, one of our class concepts, examples, let me show you here. I get some unstructured data. Based on conditions, I clean the data and load it to required destinations. We call it sync. Another example on my screen. We get data from some structured sources. We join and then load it to the required destination. Something like this. Multiple sources, transformations, and finally to the destination site. Or one more example from open source Databricks environment. We have something called notebooks, input, various levels of transformations, and finally into Spark tables, Spark database concepts. So it's all about ETL and data warehouse, wallet parking service, and a multi-layer cloud storage, multi-layer cloud parking area. As simple as that. That's our course. One is government project, other one private project. One is open source ETL data warehouse, other one Microsoft ETL and data warehouse. And we need to club them carefully. In our classes, we have Azure fundamentals to start with. Then data warehouse components. One open source, Spark database, Microsoft, Azure SQL pool, mixing together, Synapse SQL pool we call it. Very fast, bit costly. And we have ETL components, one Microsoft Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, derived from open source Databricks.com, a separate company altogether. Databricks.com is a separate company, a San Francisco company, US based company. From there we have Azure Databricks, AWS Databricks, Google Cloud Databricks. We are into Azure flavor of Databricks. Open source, cheaper. So one is faster, other one cheaper, and combining together we have Synapse Analytics. So 3 flavors of data warehouse, 3 flavors of ETL. I understand good amount of chemistry is involved here. It's a chemistry class and not a history class. Trust me. It's a chemistry class, not a history class. So I should be live and we should be interactive. We have end-to-end implementation. Because see, we have ETL at open source and Microsoft, right? And we have data warehouse at ETL and data warehouse in open source and Microsoft. So when to use which? First thing, how to use multiple items together, like open source ETL, Microsoft warehouse, and vice versa. Open source warehouse, Microsoft ETL. So those combinations are very, very important for us. Let me show you one such combination on my screen. Here it is. Let me type this one. One of our class examples, end-to-end implementations. See here, friends. We have databricks.com open source. Okay, there's open source technology, databricks.com. If I go to databricks.com open source, I see AWS. Let me show you. I see AWS. I see Google Cloud. And I see even Microsoft Cloud as well. So open source technology. And from here we have end-to-end implementation. That includes Azure Data Factory, Azure IoT, open source Databricks, and Microsoft Azure Synapse Analytics with Power BI integrations, ETL and data warehouse. Here it is. All these come under ETL. Okay, see here. All these come under ETL. Open source ETL, Microsoft ETL. And then comes data science implementations for senior data engineering activities. You see more experienced data engineer profiles. You see data science also in the job activities, job descriptions. And this is the warehouse. Here it is. We have something called data warehouse here. Just have a look at it carefully. Okay, so here it is. I'll just make sure I'll have my things here. Just wait. Okay, yes, on my screen now we have data warehouse. Okay, this is the data warehouse backend. From there we have Power BI front end. So without ETL, there is no data warehouse, remember. And without data warehouse, there is no report, a meaningful report. Regular OLTP report Excel can do. Big data sources like data warehouses and something called data lake, delta lake, one lake. Later classes, we need an interactive visualization tool like Power BI. So ETL and data warehouse to be clubbed together. That is our actual course. So trust me, friends, I repeat again, it's a chemistry class and not a history class. So let's filter the things now itself, okay? So that we are cautious, we are careful in our actual classes. We are going to start from scratch all these items and then go for end-to-end project. Either you do it or let me show you. Either you do it, yes, you'll be doing it, you'll be given the requirement, project requirement, something like this. You'll try to work on it, and the end-to-end project implementation I'm talking about, okay? With the complete data source and the phase-by-phase requirement to be provided to you, you do it and then get my solution to your inbox. As simple as that. With complete FAQs, our interviewer asks us what we did for ETL. Why not ADF? Why Databricks? Why not Databricks? Why ADF? These kind of questions, we should be perfect with all the answers, right? I need it. Sorry, we need it. Our recruiter need it. Our project implementation need it. And project FAQs. Your interviewer asks us, like what you did in the project, explain your project, and so on. Every detail part of our classes with your support, your on-time practice. And for experience profiles, part of our course anyway, 12, 13, 14. 1 to 11 common for everyone. Part of our classes, part of our course. For experience profiles, we need to have more in our resume. So prerequisites, Windows 8 or higher operating system with 8 gig RAM and any disk space is fine. SQL Server 2019 or 2022 better, preferred now. Because latest versions of SSMS tool, SQL Server Management Studio, has new, options and new add-ons with respect to cloud integrations. Let's not miss them. Let me show you again. Our regular SQL Server Management Studio tool, part of the prerequisites, has storage and other components. Yes, SQL Server tools are becoming increasingly powerful. We have nice direct integrations with Azure. Something like this. Deployments, migrations, monitoring activities. And we have something called export import activities directly to Azure. Part of our classes. Migrations we call them. So keeping in mind all these activities, once again the prerequisites on my screen, yellow box. Please revise MS SQL concepts. You are fine with MS SQL in the past, then do let me know. Get sample databases. I can provide you sample database and queries. Go through them, revise them, so that we are ready for data engineering. No, Sai, I am very new to MS SQL. Then take a course from me or from some other trusted provider. Take a course, complete it carefully, and make sure we revise all the SQL concepts as is, as per the curriculum. And here it is. The SQL keyword checklist. Why to compromise? We are learning for ourselves, right? Simple and straight. Get the examples for every component. One example enough to justify multiple keywords on the screen. Get them carefully. Programming is completely optional. Queries are mandatory. Programming is optional. Then we can have nice, beautiful, and useful data engineering classes. DP203 certification exam part of our classes. Exam guidance part of our classes. Data engineering and Power BI clubbed together. We have DP600 Fabric. To make it simple and straight on my screen, open source ETL, Microsoft ETL, and the bridge in between. Open source data warehouse, Microsoft data warehouse, and the bridge in between. So the 7 weeks journey, part of our classes from the next session. And final screen. You may ask me what exactly we are going to learn in our classes. The 7 weeks journey, we have 2 weeks on storage and data lake concepts, including migrations, IoT, and ARM templates, encryption, security, ACL, POSIX. These are all Hadoop concepts, big data concepts, access control list, and POSIX. And we have data factory and Synapse analytic module concepts for 3 weeks. And Databricks and PySpark open source ETL, open source data warehouse for 2 weeks. 1 week for integrations. This is what we are going to learn in our classes in a single screen. And with this information, over to you now. Let's go for questions, clarifications, if any. You may reach me directly. This is my contact number. Or you may reach our team. Now they started operating 24/7. You can reach them on our team. Or you can reach me directly. Anything is fine. For more clarifications or any kind of one-to-one Google Meet sync up or Zoom call, available anyway. During my free time, I can spend some few minutes for your valuable resume. We can do it. Any further questions, clarifications, you can let me know now or anytime in future. I'll be available. Any questions, please let me know. Over to you now. And that's it from my end for today. We are going to start our actual classes from the next class tomorrow. Same time as today. Okay, throughout the course, including the project work, same time as today. It continues. Any questions now? Over to you, please. Abhishek, Ekans, Hemant, Krishna, Prithvi, Rakesh, Ravi, Chinmay. Any questions, please? Soumya, Sudharaj, Venkata, Bhushan, please confirm, please. Any questions? Let me know. I'll wait. Yes, please. Mic with you all. Please tell me. Any questions? I'll wait, please.
Hi sir, for tomorrow class we need to ready with SSMS and Azure account, right?
Yeah,
Azure portal
by
account.
end of this week, brother. See, first few classes would be about Azure introduction and Azure fundamentals and something called SAS, PAS, EAS kind of activities anyway, and slowly stepping into ETL basics. So by 1 week, by early next week or by this weekend, make sure it is ready. Okay, make sure you are ready with your prerequisites by weekend. It should be fine.
Okay.
And here it is, friends. Anyone looking for the downloads? SQLschool.com downloads. Okay, this one to download your SQL server. You might already have it with you in case. Okay, here it is. Latest one better 2022 server, 2022 management studio. SQLschool.com downloads. I'll include this in the class notes for you today. One more thing. SQLschool.com and install. It gives you the information how to install SQL Server. I just got one video. I made one video and just posted it here. How to install SQL Server. Just see if we can get it, followed. Just follow that video carefully if required. Okay. You're aware of installation process, the prerequisites. Okay. If required. Okay. These two. I shall include all this information anyway. And I shall also include the information about important points like what is what, data warehouse components, ETL components, and what we are going to learn in our classes. I'll include this particular document as well. along with the course curriculum, the PDF document. Take a print copy of the document, okay? Take a print copy of the course curriculum. And also, I was telling like, I'll show you the print copy notes, right? This one. Sorry, I think it's there here, okay? Just wait. This one. I'll show you the things anyway. You'll be having the complete print documents, and I'll just show you here, okay? Just wait. This one, something like this. You'll be having the complete notes, step-by-step notes to be available like this. Take print copies of the Word documents. Make sure we follow the things carefully. Throughout the course, you'll be having the complete notes, okay? Follow it step by step. Take the print copy of the notes. Go through it, follow it carefully. Get all the assignments, answers back to school. We'll do it slowly, step by step. And I promised you about AI implementation. Let me just log into my, I missed it actually, okay? Let me show you. I thought of showing you while taking the example on IoT few minutes back. I missed it. Let me show you. Here it is. We have AI implementations in multiple ways. One such simple implementation of AI, part of our classes, I'll search AI. And here it is. We call it as AI search. And this way we have a total of 2 different implementations of AI in our classes. One for storage, one for ETL. We'll do it slowly, step by step anyway. So AI should not be a new item for us by end of the course. It should be a part and parcel of our classes. I will make it. Need your help. Any more questions, please let me know. I'll wait. I'll compose the email with all the information now. Any more questions, please? I'll wait. Let me know.
Sai, I have a question. I
Tell
am
me.
aware about the SQL concepts, what you have mentioned so far, but I've never worked
Yes.
on the ETL processes. It's like
No
zero
problem.
knowledge on the ETL process.
No problem, brother. I will take it from the scratch. No problem. Okay. I'll take it from the basics of ETL, basics of data warehousing. I will take it anyway from the very, very basics. No problem at all. Will do.
Sure, sure.
Yep. Next question, please. I'll wait.
Sir, Azure Purview, which is that a new concept?
Sorry, repeat your question again, please. Let me know.
So number 14, I think you mentioned Azure Purview, Purview.
Yeah, Azure Purview. It's a different resource we have in Azure. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It's mainly for automations, automations and what we call it as something like controlling activities. We can have a kind of source control kind of things, end-to-end integrations. Azure Purview.
Okay.
Yes.
And logic apps with CI/CD pipeline.
This one. Azure Purview is mainly for governance activities. We have it. Yes, logic apps is also mainly for the implementation of DevOps, CI/CD we call it, right?
Yeah.
For any kind of automations, we need logic apps. For data governance, we need Azure Purview. Both are equally important for us. Yes.
Okay.
See, very simple, friends. There might be multiple resumes on board suiting our profile, right? So the resume scrutiny tools should find something unique in our resume, right? That's first thing. Number 2, we should have one extra feather in our cap. So better to have these items as well. Though Purview and logic apps are not a part of DP203 as on date, for experienced profiles is highly recommended to have them. Highly recommended. Yes.
And
Let's
sir,
get
what
them part
about,
of the course.
yeah,
Yes.
sir, so what about the Azure Fabric? Is that also part of this
Sir,
data
Fabric.
engineer, or it's different?
No. Yes. it's a part of BI. Fabric involves, sorry, not this one. Fabric involves, I'll just show you here, okay? It's not a part of DP203. In fact, it's not a part of DP203. It is a part of BI stack, complete BI stack. So it's a mix of data engineering and Power BI together. So a 1 month dedicated course only for Fabric now. None of the examples are going to be repeated there, okay? We are aware of data engineering. We are aware of Power BI practically. Then we can step into Fabric. Yes. So that's complete into BI, implementation engineering, and Synapse engineering, Synapse data science, and Synapse analytics. All three mixed together.
Okay, so
Yes.
this course will cover all these things, data engineering, Power BI, and Fabric.
Yeah, this course will cover if you are opting for that suitable plan. Okay, so as per your course and the enrollment over there. Okay, it's up to you. So we got different courses, right? So you need to choose which one you wanted actually. Let me put this way. I'll just put this way on my screen. So you may opt for only data engineer 7 weeks, or you can opt for the complete Fabric course. Okay, 5, 6, 7. It's up to you, whichever you want to opt for. Number 5, 7 weeks. Number 6, 4 weeks. Number 7, another 4 weeks. So choose whichever you wanted or the combinations you wanted to opt for. Your choice. Yeah. Well, next question, please. I'll wait, friends. Fine. You'll be receiving one email now. I'm just composing one email. Okay, please give me a few moments time. You'll be receiving one email now. Please find it. Okay, and we'll pause for today. Any more questions, please let me know. I'll wait.